Good morning. This is day 4 of our trip, and today we're doing some pretty fun stuff. We're going to Universal Studios and Super Nintendo World. My son's been looking forward to going to Super Nintendo World for quite a long time now. He's been asking to kind of go or asking if we could go. So today's the day. He's really excited. So we're gonna go. It's still fairly early. We do have the early access tickets, so hopefully we can get the kids up and going so we can make it there and make use of the early access. With kids, this is kind of unpredictable, but hopefully we can get there on time and get the early access. One of the other interesting thing is, I didn't know, but our hotel is actually across the street from West Coast Customs right there. If you guys watched the 90s MTV show Pimp My Ride, that's them, West Coast Customs right there. They're still around. So I thought it was interesting when we pulled up to this hotel. I did not know that they were going to be across the street, but that's pretty cool. But all right, let's try to get to Universal Studios and Super Nintendo World. As we got into Universal Studios, we decided to park in the cheapest parking area we could, which was about $30. So we had a little bit of walk through Universal City Walk. It was a bit of a walk, but we got to kind of enjoy what was around the City Walk area, looking at some of the shops around there. As you can see, it was still very early in the morning, so there wasn't very many people around. Once you get in, of course, you get the iconic Universal Studios globe that you see here, as well as the Universal Studios red carpet, and a cute little squirrel kind of ran by while we were filming, so it was pretty cool. This leads to the Universal Studios main gate. Once you get to Super Nintendo World, of course, it's very exciting, and then I'll let you hear kind of the entrance portion of Super Nintendo World. As you can see, there's a lot of things you can do. One Up Factory right there, where you can buy your Nintendo watches, and all of Super Nintendo World around. There are some vending machines as well that will sell you the Nintendo Land watches. Of course, you also have Peach's Castle, and inside of Peach's Castle, there are also some blocks that you can kind of hit to get some coins if you bought the Super Nintendo World watches to play around with. Off to the side, there are also some more blocks and power blocks as well that you can hit. Then we can see Bowser's Castle in the distance. You can see my son here running up the stairs to a second level of Super Nintendo World. pretty cool game that you start by hitting the block on the right there. It's actually a touchscreen. He thought he was just kind of a motion thing. So then I played it once to kind of show him how you could play. You just basically earn coins by tapping on the Koopas. And then right there, you can kind of see Toadstool Cafe. This is where you can have some Mario themed food. I would suggest that you make a reservation once you get into Super Nintendo World. There is a QR code right in front of Toadstool's Cafe that you can scan to make some reservations. Once you get in, it's a pretty cool scene. You can see a lot of toads kind of just walking around Mario Land. Of course, the food. We got a few things from the cafe. My wife got the fire flower spaghetti and meatballs. Both of my sons shared the Princess Peach cupcake, the Mario mini burger adventure set, and I got the Mario burger. All in all, the food was just okay. It was just your typical burger. It wasn't anything special. It's just made to look special in the theme of Super Mario. After lunch, my son and I went to ride the Mario Kart ride. As you can see while we're walking into the ride, there's a lot of things to kind of look at. So if you were in line for quite a while, there's a lot of things to kind of look at and observe and kind of take in. As we got in, and at the end, right before the ride, you can see all the racing suits for Luigi, Princess Peach, Mario, Yoshi, and Toad. But after Super Nintendo World, we went on the studio tour. If you're in Universal Studios, you definitely have to take in the studio tour. And of course, on the Universal Studios tour, you'll get to see some of the cool cars that they've created for different movies. And of course, they have to have the Fast and Furious series cars in the tour as well. After the Universal Studios tour, I walked through Harry Potter World for a little bit, just kind of through the entrance and kind of look around a little bit and walk back out. My sons aren't Harry Potter fans yet. They haven't gotten to watch Harry Potter yet. They're still a little bit young for Harry Potter, so they weren't very interested or knew what was going on in this particular land. After Universal Studios, we drove around town for a little while as well, and I found a Tesla charger that was on top of a parking garage, so it was kind of cool. It was a pretty empty parking garage, but there's a few things across the street, but this is the view from atop that parking garage. Well, that was a fairly fun day. We spent a lot of time at Nintendo Land and Universal Studios in general. We did pretty much everything at Super Nintendo World. We got all the keys and we beat Bowser Jr. and we rode Mario Kart. It was a great experience. We loved it. My kids loved Super Nintendo Land. If you ever get a chance to go to Super Nintendo Land, definitely do it. There's actually a bigger one in Universal Studios Orlando with the Epix universe opening up. There's a pretty cool Donkey Kong ride as well. All in all, it was very fun. Right now, I'm at another Tesla charger. I actually went to an Electrify America charger next to a Walmart, and it was the most crazy, insane thing I've ever seen at a charger ever since I've owned an EV. I think there's just so many EVs here in California that there's a need for more EV charging. Um, it was an Electrify America one. It had about 10 chargers. All of them were taken up, and there was a line of people waiting to get to a charger. But yeah, it's just one of the most insane things I've ever seen at an EV charging station. Right now, I'm kind of taking up a space in Tesla, or at least two spaces, because of the way I have to charge the Rivian. Hopefully, I don't have to stay here too long. And as of we're speaking, there are some people who are wanting to use the charger, so I might go and finish this at another time. Let's see what I figure out, because I'm feeling pretty bad that I'm taking up quite a bit of chargers. So I felt pretty bad because I was taking up two spaces at the Tesla charger, and then someone actually pulled up right next to me to use the charger that I was using. I'm guessing they didn't know that my Rivian was using their charger, so they saw an empty spot, so they backed in and were expecting to charge. And I saw another Tesla kind of drive behind me looking for a charger, and it seemed like he was waiting for the next charger to become free. So I felt bad since I was taking up both spots and two Teslas needed to charge. So I just kind of unplugged and left. I actually double checked the miles that I need for tomorrow as well. And I actually do have more than enough to get to the one charging station that I need to charge at before getting to our first destination tomorrow, to meet a good friend of mine for lunch. We're actually going to Chuck E. Cheese so that we can have some pizza and play some games with the kids. So I have enough charge for that. So we're just gonna drive and see what happens. There is a Rivian Adventure Network pretty close by as well, so we can either do either one of those charging. So I might actually switch it to the Rivian Adventure charging tomorrow when we're driving, or add it to the destination and then remove the Electrify America one. Um, just kind of knowing that there's so many EVs and then there's a Rivian network that I can charge at, I might just take the Rivian network, because so far there haven't been a ton of Rivians using the Rivian network. I mean, I've gone to Rivian networks and there were two or three people there at the same time, but it seemed like not as busy as some of these other chargers. All in all, though, we had a super fun day at Super Nintendo World and Universal Studios. Um, I'm really tired now, so I am actually gonna try to get some rest and some sleep before we take off again tomorrow. With that, thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Gas and Watts, and be sure to like the video. I'll see you tomorrow.